Warning, this documentary will contain footage some may find upsetting. Dogs, man's best friend, and our royal companions, but some dogs have been known to attack or kill people in terrifying ways. So does this mean that all dogs are dangerous? This is what I want to find out. To help me find out the answer to the question, are dogs beasts or best friends? Due to the rise of dog attacks in the late 90s, Britain was forced to bring in the Dangerous Dogs Act, which banned anyone from owning pit bulls, Japanese Tosers, Dogo Argentinos, and Fila Brasileiro. The act was brought in 1991 to lower the rise of dangerous dog attacks by banning people from owning what the government called dangerous dogs. The list of dogs chosen by the government were decided based off their breeds, not their backgrounds. So this meant that dogs with good backgrounds were punished. Since the pit bulls got banned, other bull breeds have been getting a bad stigma from the public because these breeds are the most common to appear in rehoming centres or kennels because of this stigma. To help me find out how many bull breeds were put in kennels, I travelled to Friends of Birkenhead Kennels to interview the manager. First, I wanted to get the manager's opinion on dangerous dogs.
A dangerous dog can be any dog, any breed. A dog can be classed as a dangerous dog if it makes a person fearful. As it barks or growls at a person, it doesn't necessarily have to bite someone to be classed as a dangerous dog. It is the law for all dog owners to be in control of their own dogs, and it is beneficial for all dogs to be well trained, so the responsibility is with the owner.
This tells that dogs don't have to be biters to be classed as dangerous. So this means that a snarling pug is the same as a snarling pit bull based off this information. I can see that all dogs are dangerous in their own way if they are not properly trained. Next, I wanted to see how many bull breeds the kennels get on a yearly basis, and it turns out that the kennels get 85 bull breeds per year, and they don't take confiscated dogs or seized dogs anymore, but they did in 2017. From this statement, I can see that people who are after a dog tend to go off a dog's appearance without thinking what's involved with bringing up a dog. Because of this, some dog owners pick unsuitable breeds, such as bull breeds or breeds that require a lot of training. Due to this, most dog owners end up giving their dog back to the kennels, or worse. The next thing I wanted to find out was how many bull breeds are put down if they don't get a home, and this is what was said.
We don't put dogs to sleep if they don't find a home. We try and house them as long as it takes to find a new home. Occasionally dogs have been with us approximately a year before finding a new home. If a dog's temperament changes while with us at the kennels, and they are displaying very aggressive behaviour towards people, then the dog would be unsafe to rehome to the public, and sadly on these conditions a dog would have to be put to sleep. Thankfully, this is rare.
Based off this information, it is very clear that some dogs are put down if their temperament changes in kennels. Luckily, this is rare. This tells me that most dogs are friendly if they are treated in the right way. However, some dogs don't get homes because the way they act in kennels may scare some potential dog owners. This shows that people are sometimes put off by the way some dogs act. While I was at the kennels, I came across a dog called Dolly, who was misclassed as a dangerous dog. Because of this, I wanted to find out more about this dog. This is what the kennel said.
Dolly was a very special case. She had numerous issues and needed a lot of training, as she had not been socialised with people or the outside world. She was with us for over a year, and I'm pleased to say she's finally found herself a home just after Christmas and is doing really well.
How many dogs do you have?
2.
Do you know about the Dangerous Dogs Act?
Some of it, but not all of it.
Do you know what dogs are classed as dangerous?
Yes, pit bulls mainly.
Have you ever encountered a dangerous out-of-control dog?
Yes.
Do you think all dogs are dangerous?
No, I don't think any dogs are dangerous.
Who do you think is to blame for dogs being dangerous?
The owners.
What do you think can be done about dangerous dogs?
Educate owners to keep their dogs under control.
What is your opinion on dangerous dogs?
I don't think dangerous dogs would exist if owners took responsibility for their own animals.
Are you a dog owner?
No.
Do you know about the Dangerous Dogs Act?
Yes, only the coverage I've seen on the news and in the media.
Do you know what dogs are classed as dangerous?
Yeah, pit bulls, I think. And I'm not sure about French bulldogs, possibly. I'm not sure.
Have you ever encountered a dangerous or out of control dog?
Yes, we had one over the road, and it's like a very big dog, like Hooch off the film, and it comes out and it's very aggressive, and it attacked a couple of dogs in the road, and the local neighbours got onto the RSPCA, and he's been warned now, and it's kept behind the gates all the time now, but it's quite an aggressive dog.
Do you think dogs are dangerous?
I don't think the dogs are dangerous unless they've been mistreated, because I have had dogs in the past, and and my sister has dogs, and they're absolutely gorgeous, soft as anything.
Who is to blame for dogs being dangerous?
Well,
Dogs
owners.
or owners?
Yeah, owners definitely, because they, like children, they only react to the way they've been treated.
What do you think can be done with dangerous dogs?
What can be done about them or with them, do you say?
About them.
About them? Well, I think the government have got a good strategy at the minute. They round them up, don't they, and test them and check which are the aggressive ones. But I think a lot of it's down to educating the owners rather than...
What is your opinion on dangerous dogs?
Well, they should be locked up or controlled in some way. In fact, another dog, an Alsatian, actually bit one of my sons when he was 9 and took a big chunk out of his leg. So, yeah, I think, and again, that was down to the owners. They apologised and they've never kept the dog under control, but I think they had him put down in the end.
Are you a dog owner?
Yes, I am.
How many dogs do you have?
1.
Do you know about the Dangerous Dogs Act?
Vaguely, yes.
Do you know what the dogs are classed as dangerous?
Anything with pit bull or crosses with American pit bulls, I think specifically.
Have you encountered a dangerously out of control dog?
No.
Do you think dogs are dangerous?
Dogs have the potential to be dangerous, but I think if they're trained and exercised well, then they shouldn't be.
Who do you think is to blame for dangerous dogs? Dog or owner?
I think it's down to the owner and its environment.
What do you think can be done with dangerous dogs?
I think dogs that are dangerous need to be rehabilitated and trained how not to be, how to socialise with people and other dogs.
What is your opinion on dangerous dogs?
I think every dog has the potential to be dangerous, but it's how, like I said, they are raised, exercised, socialised, trained. So my opinion on dangerous dogs is that it's down to its owner, whoever takes care of the dog, how they interact with it and how it lets the animal interact with it. Like stimulus.
Do you agree a dangerous dog is different from an aggressive dog?
Well,
And why?
I think dangerous dogs and aggressive dogs, I think any dog can be aggressive in a situation that it's not. comfortable in. And I think dangerous dogs are dangerous because they can, they can inflict injury on someone, and they can, they're a bit out of control really in the situations.
Should a typically dangerous dog be judged from its past behaviour or its potential to become dangerous?
I think if a dog has shown, it's a hard one, because I think if a dog has shown aggression, or it's shown a potential to be dangerous, I think it's not something you can ignore that. So I think you always have to sort of judge dog in a certain way. So if a dog is classed as a dangerous breed,
Yeah.
I would never judge a dog on its breed. So if a dog is classed as, oh, that's, say like a pit bull comes in, oh, this is a danger. I've never met an aggressive pit bull ever, so I would never judge a dog on its breed, sort of thing. I'd judge a dog on past behaviour.
Okay. How many dangerous dogs have you had to deal with in the last 12 months?
So I work for charity, so we see loads of dogs, mainly staffies. So in terms of dangerous dogs, so a dangerous dog, if we say sort of class dangerous dog, if that was to come in, say like a pit bull or something, we see one of them a month or something.
Okay. Who do you think is to blame, the dog or the owner, and why?
I think, well, it's definitely, I mean, if you have a dog that's out of control, I do think it's the owner's responsibility to control that dog. So if you've got a certain breed, so for example, if you've got, like, I've always had Staffordshire Bull Terriers, and we've got Rescue at the moment, and she's really bad with other dogs, and we've trained her and trained her and trained her, and she's not sort of, she doesn't like other dogs. She still doesn't like other dogs, and we've tried our best. So we've just then resigned to the fact that she's never going to get on with other dogs, so we control that situation. So we would never put her in a situation where we let her off the loose in the park, because we know she would attack. So that's our responsibility. But it does come down to the owner. The owner is 100% responsible for the dog. And
have you ever looked after a dog that was attacked by a dangerous dog?
Yeah, so we have loads of them that come in to our charities. We see them all the time. So you can get really severe ones, which they just come in and they've been, to small dogs get targeted, because I work in Liverpool, so you get a lot of, so dogs will just be left off the lead in the park, and then there'll be a little dog, and then another dog will come over and attack that little dog because he's not on the lead. And so they do come in shock, and it is hard. Some of them can die, and some of them have to put to sleep, and some of them are just really, they need a lot of intensive care, so they need a lot of fluids and antibiotics, and lots of x-rays to check. A lot of them have broken bones, and the lucky ones just get away with a wound, or a lot of them have neck wounds because they've been shaken. So yeah, working in Liverpool, we do see a lot of, a couple a week where they get attacked or by other dogs. So yeah, it's something quite common, definitely.
What's your opinion on dangerous dogs, and why do you have this opinion?
I think don't think that there really is such thing. I think there's legislation at the moment that the government sees they've classed 4 dogs as dangerous dogs, but one of those dogs on that list is a pit bull terrier, and really a pit bull there is no really specific breed as a pit bull. So you can cross a Staffy and a Labrador and that will look like a pit bull, and that is a dangerous breed then, apparently. But I think any dog has the potential to be dangerous, like a Labrador. I mean, the biggest number, so that we put a lot of dogs to sleep in our charity because they've bitten children, or they've bitten another adult, or they've growled at a child, and these dogs tend to be Rottweilers and Labradors. Like these dogs, Collies is another big one, Alaskan Malamutes, Huskies. All these dogs are dangerous because they've been in a situation which they shouldn't have been in, and it's all preventable. So dangerous dogs, I think, having all these legislations and breed-specific legislation, and having dogs put to sleep because they have certain classifications of a dangerous breed is just absolute nonsense. I think it should be, I think, focus shouldn't be on putting these dogs to sleep. I think the focus should be on educating children on how to act around dogs, educating owners on how to handle or train or deal with a dog that's potentially, has the potential to be aggressive, or just those early interventions as well. So when they're puppies, like socializing them, doing all those types of things. So I think dangerous dogs, I think any breed, any dog has the potential to be dangerous, and I don't think really. I think when a dog is dangerous and a dog is aggressive, I think it's because it's been put in a situation that it shouldn't be in, and it's the owner's responsibility, or the person that's in charge of the animal at the time. That's their fault rather than the dog's fault.
Do you think about certain dog breeds being classed as dangerous?
Yeah, so this takes us back, because we see a good few pit bull terriers actually in the charity that I work for, in the PDSA. So we see probably about a couple of months really, and they come in and they've got they're tattooed, they're neutered, they microchipped. I mean, all dogs have to be microchipped, and they're registered. I think they have to be government registered, and they have to stay with that owner. Yeah, we do see a fair few of them, but I just the whole labelling a dog dangerous because it's genetics is I don't agree with that at all. I don't agree with it, because I mean, it just takes back to saying before. I mean, all dogs have the potential to be dangerous, and not because it was genetics. I mean, pit bulls. I think there's 4, and I can hardly remember the other 3, because I think the main one in this country is the pit bull. I think it's the Dogo Argentino and the Filo Brasiliano or something like that, and then another one. But yeah, I just don't think dogs should be labelled dangerous because of their breed. I think they should be labelled dangerous because of their behaviour and because of their owner's behaviour. And yeah, I don't think dogs should be classified, oh, that's a pit bull, it's dangerous. I think I've seen about lots of count how many pit bulls I've met, and I've never met an aggressive one. And I've met, the aggressive dogs I come across, the dangerous dogs I come across are, Rottweilers and Huskies and Alaskan Malamutes, Collies, because especially those 3, the Malamutes and the Huskies and the Collies, they shouldn't be domesticated, because these dogs are obviously bred to drive sledges and be active all day, and Collies are working dogs, they work on farms. So if you take that dog and put it in a house and domesticate it and expect it to sit in a room all day, obviously these dogs can become aggressive and dangerous, I think. And obviously it again brings us back, that's their genetics. They're supposed to be busy doing things, because they've been domesticated, that hasn't changed their genes at all, and they become these dangerous dogs. Then I think it's all due to human interference. I think we need to take a step back from, because there's the hundreds of Staffy crosses and pit bulls been put to sleep over the past couple of years because they suit the classification of this dangerous dog, and they're not dangerous. And I think that's a massive animal welfare thing. I think that they shouldn't have been destroyed just because they suit criteria. I think it should be down to it should be down to an individual dog, and not like a breed specific legislation type thing.
Do you think there's an alternative for dogs currently on the dangerous bans, dogs ban lists, rather than the current measures of destroying them?
Yeah, definitely. So I think there's a lot going on at the moment. I think in terms of, there's lots of proactive things that you see lots of articles and stuff in the vet world at the moment, in like vet magazines and stuff. And I think there's a big push at the moment to not look at the breed and sort of look at the measures. So this whole breed specific legislation, so a dog having certain criteria can't be rehomed, it has to be destroyed, is that we're moving away from that now. I think that's ridiculous. I think if a dog met certain breeds that class it as dangerous, I think really that dog could be rehomed. I think it's never had any instances in the past where it's bitten anyone or growled or anyone, and it's been sort of looked at by a vet or a government official, and like, yes, this is a friendly dog, it's neutered, it's microchipped, and I think then, yeah, they can be rehomed to certain homes. So, I mean, maybe not with other dogs. If they've shown to be aggressive towards other dogs, then you rehome it to a house that doesn't have other dogs, or if they're worried about children, then rehome it to someone that doesn't have children, just like you would with any other breed. I think they should class dogs as, they shouldn't focus on breed, they should class dogs all the same, and then